Tony D and Little Joan in my lap right here, and this is a screenwriter's rant on Hard Miles, a drama movie about cycling starring Matthew Modine, who has to reach these kids. Smash like and subscribe. Thank you for smash liking and subscribing. Check out my books, links in the description. Comedy Heart in South Jersey. It's the Pineys, books 1 through 13. They're Stanley from The Office. Check them out at Amazon.com. Okay. So Matthew Modine runs a youth center. Samwise fixes his bikes, and he's going to take these kids to the Grand Canyon, even if it kills them, because they're a bunch of delinquents, and then, I don't know, they need state money or something, and then he's going to teach them a lesson, and they're going to teach him a lesson, and they're all going to learn something, and it's all going to be, you know what it is. I mean, it's a guy who teaches delinquents how to, not be delinquents anymore, based on a true story, because there's many delinquents in the United States, and they don't have any father figures, so he becomes their father figure through cycling, and they go through trials and tribulations, and their butts hurt on the bike seat, and that's a running gag in the movie, and they're gonna bike their way to the Grand Canyon camping, and then they're gonna discover themselves, and along the way, Samwise helps them and others. So it looks fine. April 19th in theaters. It's going to be one of these inspiring stories. You'll think, oh, why don't they just make all the juvenile delinquents bike to the Grand Canyon with Matthew Modine? That would solve everything. Yeah, I guess. I don't know. These movies are kind of all the same. This one just happens to be about cycling. Matthew Modine looks like he really got in shape for this movie. I gotta imagine they did a ton of cycling during the movie, right? Because you're preparing for the role and you're shooting the scene over and over again, and you're cycling and cycling and cycling. I mean, you're not cycling as much as, I don't know, in the movie they have to go 762 miles. I don't think they went that far, but maybe over the course of several months they kind of reached that point. I don't know. So first act, Matthew Modine is running a youth organization of some kind. Stanley from The Office is his boss, and they're running out of money, and so, oh, we got to do something. You got to take these kids to the woods. Why? It looks good on Facebook. It looks good to the donors. So he gets this idea going to the Grand Canyon on bikes. How do I reach these kids? So second act, he has to train the boys to ride bikes, and so they won't die of heat stroke when they do it. So they start training, and he tells them, well, we're going to the Grand Canyon, and we're going to camp. And so they train, and it's really hard, and they don't know what they're doing, and there's complaints and various issues. Then they go, and it's very hard. At first, maybe they're having fun, but then, they pass out from heat exhaustion, or, I don't know, somebody gets bit by a rattlesnake, things happen. Sean Astin is the wise guy who fixes their bikes and tells them, I don't know how you stand these kids. But they overcome, and they find worth in themselves. The kids do. And Matthew Modine is very happy about that. He connects with them. And eventually they get to the Grand Canyon, despite their trials and tribulations, and they become different people. And they become new men. And they find themselves. And Matthew Modine is a good man for it. And then the credits roll, and you get, the real guy. He went to the Grand Canyon 10 times, and he helped hundreds of kids, and this kid, he eventually became his assistant, and now he takes kids to the Grand Canyon, or I don't know, the 4 states, or the Garden of the Gods, or wherever in the desert. You know how this goes. So if it's one of these inspiring drama stories called Hard Miles, because it's hard miles to pedal your bike. I've seen a million of these movies. They're fine. If it was on TV, I guess I wouldn't turn it off if there was nothing else on. but that's sort of my level of interest. I'm not going to the theaters for this. I'm not gonna pay money to see this. I've seen this a million times. I don't think it's bad. I mean, if you've never seen a movie like this, it'll probably be pretty good. You know, it's always about some sport. This one happens to be about cycling. Yeah, maybe if you're into cycling, oh, this will be good. You can watch the movie and pick it apart and go, oh yeah, that's a real 10-speed bike. I use one of them. That's good. Good research. Good research. Where you watch it and you go, oh, that's not the way the bike works. That wouldn't happen at all on a hill like that. I don't know. I'm not a bike guy. I'd probably get winded just watching them doing all this biking. So let's read the write-up. Strong-willed social worker at a youth prison. Wow, it's a youth prison. That's pretty bad. Assembles a cycling team of teenage convicts. Oh, God, these guys are convicts. Takes them on a transformative 1,000-mile ride. 762, according to the movie. Inspired by the life of Greg Townsend and the Ridgeway Academy cycling team, this is the story of how these troubled young men found another gear. I mean, good for him if it's true. You know, Hollywood takes its liberties. I'm sure they do. I'm sure the real guys watched this and went, that didn't happen. Some of that happened. It's a little over dramatic. It wasn't that dramatic, was it? I don't remember that. No, those characters were like 2 different people. 3 different people, really. You know how Hollywood does this stuff, but that doesn't mean it's bad and not entertaining. It's just, for me, I've seen a lot of these movies. They kind of all run together for me. I like Matthew Modine. He's a pretty good actor. Stanley from The Office, you could do worse than him. Sean Astin's okay. Samwise, he's a little chubby to be on a bike. I guess that's why he's fixing them. I mean, a hobbit's probably good at fixing bikes. If you feed him second breakfast. Anyhow, that's it for me. Tony D and Little Joan. Check us out on Odysee, Bitchute, and Rumble for our more base takes. If you can find a more base take, I say take it. Tomorrow, I will be at Lines in the Pines from 11 to 2. Now, it goes to 4, but I have to leave early for a thing. So catch me early, because I'm out of there at 2. I am out of there at 2. I have to be out of there. My family will disown me if I screw this up, okay? So, I'm just telling you. I got a family thing, gotta go to. But after that, I'll be back, and at 9 p.m., we'll do the Oscar live stream. We're doing it live at 9 for the live stream, because by that time, the Oscars will be partially over. We can do some live updates. We can talk about our picks, and it should be a good time. Or you can watch it tomorrow, whatever. It's going to be a busy Sunday. I got to get going. I got to get ready for tomorrow. I got to get a lot of stuff ready. Anyhow, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for all the birthday wishes, by the way. It was my birthday today. Had a fun birthday. Went to the casino. Had a nice meal. And won some money. So that was nice. I'm having a good week. So thanks to all your wonderful wishes. Thanks to everyone who bought my books this week. That is very gratifying. And we'll see you tomorrow.